and welcome back to my YouTube channel, The Lavish Life of Lex. So as we all know, this weekend is Valentine's Day weekend slash Super Bowl weekend. So I'm going to do a story time with you guys, but in the midst of me doing a story time, I am going to be making some garlic parm wings. So right now is almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The chicken is thawing out, and as soon as the chicken thaws out, we're going to get into this story as I'm doing the seasoning and doing all that with my chicken. But pretty much I'll show you what I have started doing so far. Here is the chicken that I decided to use. I used Purdue chicken wing sections, like wing dings basically. And here's the chicken right here in the pan thawing out. And don't mind my broken nail. I broke it this morning, but whatever, will live. I wasn't going to not record for that. But yeah, we want to get into making this. I'm making garlic parm wings, so we're going to get into making these garlic parm wings, and I'm gonna give y'all guys a story time. And yeah, that's going to be that, and that's what this segment is going to be about today. But I'll be back in a second as soon as the chicken is done thawing out. Okay, so before I start making my chicken, the first thing I'm about to do, I'm about to make a drink because sis needs a drink. It's Sunday. I had a long week. We gonna make a drink. So I must make the drink with some Malibu rum right here. Probably can't see it because my camera is not focused up for whatever reason, but it's okay. Some Tropicana orange juice and some Ocean Spray cran pineapple juice. So I'm about to mix these things together and we're gonna make a drink. So this is my mixing cup. I already have my ice in here, so we're gonna get the mix in. So I'm gonna put a little bit of Malibu in here. Add my canned pineapple juice. And add a little bit of orange juice, not a lot. I'm not a big orange juice person. I have really bad acid reflux, so I can't heavily drink orange juice, but a little orange juice don't never hurt nobody. So add a little bit of that in there. And now I'm gonna mix it together. So the way I mix, because I don't have a mixer, or at least I don't know where it's at anyway, I gotta like put my finger over this to keep from it spilling out. But do a little shake and bake. Shake, 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 shake. And for the fun part, now that it's all mixed up, I'm gonna put it in this wine glass, and this is what we'll be drinking while I'll be telling you guys my story and making my chicken. Oh, and it's leftovers, yes. But here we go, you guys. Looks good, right? Yes, one thing about your girl, even though I never went to bartender school or anything like that, mother knows how to make drinks, okay? If I don't know how to make nothing else, I know how to make a good drink. But let me see, I'm gonna taste test it and tell you guys. It's hitting, okay? Hitting. Okay, so now that we got this mixed together, I am about to start making my chicken and start my story time. So you guys can come with me. I got you guys on my I got my camera on my ring light, so you guys will be coming with me while I start making this chicken. So I already made my, hold on, let me fix this. I already made my first batch because I made a TikTok slash reel for my chicken. So now I'm about to show you guys how I make it, and while I'm doing this, I'm gonna do my story time. Alright, so I love garlic parm wings. They are my favorite wings. Them first, and then I love honey chipotle wings, specifically the ones from Chili's. I love their wings as well, the honey chipotle ones anyway. But today, I'm gonna make those another day, but today we're making garlic parm wings, so I'm going to show you guys how I do it. So my chicken is done thawing out, so I'm basically putting the chicken in here so I can be able to mix it properly. So taking them out the pan. Okay, so you guys, what I use to mix, I use chili powder. I don't know if you guys can see this. I don't know what's going on my camera. Chili powder, seasoning salt, garlic powder, onion powder, and black pepper. So I'll just mix everything together and then put it on a put it in a pot so it could deep fry, and then I add my sauce, and then boom, we done. So look, this is how it looks when it's mixed up with everything in it. So just doing a little mixy, making sure all the seasonings get on it properly before I put it in the pot to cook. Alright, so while I'm waiting for the stove to warm up, I guess I could sip on my drink and tell you guys the story. So my story time this week is pretty much going to be on my worst date, Valentine's Day edition. So you know your girl has been, well, y'all don't know, but y'all about to know, pretty much I have been dating forever, like literally over a decade of worth of dates. And I mean, sure, I had my little relationships in between that didn't work out, by the way, because I'm single right now. But I've had a lot of different dates. Like, when I say, before they came up with this whole terminology of date them all, I've been dating them all, literally. Not sleeping with nobody, just going on dates. Like, a girl at a point did not have to pay for food for nothing. I started slacking, and I haven't been going on dates lately, but it was a point in my life I barely touched my money because I was going out on a regular basis. Like, numerous times a week I was going on dates. But today we are going to speak on my very worst date. So out of all the dates I've been on, I probably would say I had a good 3 dates that just kind of like was horrible. But we want to talk about this one in particular, which was on Valentine's Day, by the way, you guys. Like, I'm gonna say it was like maybe 5-6 years ago. So pretty much the guy that I went on a date with, he's someone I met through a mutual friend. Really cool, really nice guy. Wasn't really my type, but you know, I went against my judgment and went on a date with him anyway. So our very first date that we went on, we had a really good time. We went to this restaurant called Relish. It's a soul food restaurant in Philly. Really great food, by the way. For any of you guys who haven't been, I would really suggest that you go there. But we went there, we had a good time, we ate, we laughed, we talked, and we continued talking after that. So a few days later was going to be Valentine's Day. And pretty much we didn't have no set plans, but he did say he wanted to take me out. So I was like, okay, cool. Of course I looked around at different restaurants. Everything was booked up. So I was like, okay, I do have a favorite chain restaurant. I'm not a big chain restaurant person, but if I do go to a chain restaurant, I love Longhorn Steakhouse. I love their food. So I was like, we can go there. But the thing is, if we go there, we have to get there like fairly early because they're always crowded. And I know it's going to be even worse because it's Valentine's Day. So we agreed on a time. He said, okay. So the day of Valentine's Day comes. So hold on, guys, because I need to take a sip of this drink. Yo, when I say I outdid myself with this drink, I really outdid myself with this drink. This drink is so good. That's why I'm feeling a little litty, and it's only 3 o'clock because this is my second one, by the way. I had to make one for my TikTok and my reels on Instagram. Follow me, by the way. All my info for my social media sites will be right in my bio. But back to the story. So pretty much the day of Valentine's Day gets here. So I'm at work, and this at the time I was working at the security job that I was working at the time, and the delivery people, we had people constantly delivering flowers, edible arrangement, so they was familiar with me at this point. So one of the delivery guys said that I had a delivery come in, he had to go back and get it from the car. So I started laughing like, yeah, right, whatever. I wasn't expecting anything. So literally he came to my desk with a big edible arrangement. If I can find a picture, you guys, I will send it to y'all. I'm gonna post it on here. A big edible arrangement with fruits and stuff like that, of course. And it was a nice teddy bear. It was a card and everything, and it came from the guy that I was going to date with. And I'm like, oh my god. Now, mind you, I have received gifts and stuff from guys, but I never had nobody had something delivered to my job. So like, there was just like kind of like, oh my god, he's so sweet. Like, had the biggest smile on my face. And if anybody that ever worked with me there, y'all know I very rarely smiled at the job because I hated the job. But when he had that delivered to my job, I was just like super excited. I was happy. I'm like, oh my god, he's so sweet. I can't wait to our date later. So fast forward to a couple hours later, I got off, went home, laid down for a little bit, and then started getting ready. So at this point, it's getting closer to the time that we agreed that he was going to come and get me. So I didn't hear anything from him. So I'm just like what's going on? So I called him, and he ended up telling me that he was going to be running a little bit late. So I'm like, okay, cool. So a little bit late turned into 2 hours late. So I'm just looking, I'm trying to be as patient as possible, but I'm irritated. I'm hungry, and I already know that this place is going to be crowded. So he finally ended up coming to get me literally 2 hours later. So at this point, I'm like really annoyed. Because I'm just looking like, I told you to get here by a certain time because I knew how crowded it would be in there. So he comes to get me. I try to like fix my face, because one thing about me, when your sister's annoyed, you're gonna see it all over this face. This face, you're gonna see exactly how I feel without me saying anything. So I really try to keep my composure because I didn't want to like mess up our date. Hold on, let me kneel. Okay, so the cooking oil is boiling now, so now I can start putting the chicken in here. Gotta keep changing where my camera is at so you guys can see me. But see, this is the part about making chicken is I hate putting it in the grease because it's burning. I be trying not to get popped by the grease, but I'm about to put it in there. Woo! See, I backed up, right, y'all? The goal is not to burn myself today. Not today. Alright, so far so good, you guys. Not burning myself. We're not doing it today. We're not doing it today. Woo. Alright, so it's all in here. All the chicken is in here right now. So back to the story. Turn this camera over. Turn my camera over so you guys can see. So I'm going to be over here. Take my little drink to talk to you guys. I'm about to sit down though. Sis tired. Sis is tired. Okay, I've been up since early this morning and I'm tired. But back to what I was saying. So he got me 2 hours late. We started driving to the restaurant. So he allowed me to drive because at the time I was like a new driver and he wanted me to get comfortable with driving. Because I told him, you know, I have my license, I just don't really drive like this. At the time I didn't have a car, so he allowed me to drive his car. So I drove his car there to the restaurant. Of course, we arrived at the restaurant, hella crowded, just like I told him it was going to be. So it's like he instantly put an attitude. They said the wait was going to be about an hour, which I predicted because I know how the restaurant is. If anybody ever been to the Longhorn Steakhouse on the Boulevard, you know if you don't get there before a certain time, you're sitting there for an hour, if not longer than that. So he had an instant attitude, and I in the same time to him, I'm like, you know, if you would have came and got me earlier like I told you, then we wouldn't be going through this. That's how I told you to come and get me early because I know how crowded it is. So, and there's no point of us going somewhere else at this point because everywhere's gonna be crowded. It's Valentine's Day. So he got it together. You could tell he was sitting here kind of annoyed, but it was like whatever. Like, I'm not missing out on this food here. I love this food a little bit too much, and then at that point, I just knew in my head that's what I was eating at night. I wasn't trying to go nowhere else. So we sat there, we talked a little bit, but I could tell he was annoyed. So closer to the point that it was about an hour, he ended up getting a phone call. So the guy that I was dating at that point, he is not from here. He's from Nigeria. Like I said, a really nice guy, but he's from Nigeria. I'm sorry. Let me get my pronunciation right. I don't need nobody coming for me. But he's from Nigeria. So he got a phone call from his uncle that lives in Nigeria. So he took the phone call and talking to his uncle. So I'm just sitting here just looking like, but I didn't say nothing because I'm like, you know, sometimes you gotta take certain calls. Okay, cool. So we're sitting here having this long drawn out conversation. So I would say like about 5 minutes later, the hostess came and got us from the waiting area so that we can be seated. We get to the table. This man is still on the phone. Never hung up. Nothing. Still on the phone. So I'm just sitting here. Like, at this point I'm annoyed. So I'm thinking this man would have got off the phone at this point. No. He's still holding a whole conversation with his uncle. So, when the pavement was, the waitress, she came over to the table, she introduced herself. He's not listening because he's on the phone. So once again, I'm annoyed because I'm like, that's so freaking rude. Like, you don't do stuff like that. So I'm thinking he's gonna, when she was asking me for my order, I'm thinking that he was gonna get off the phone. No, he's still talking on the phone, laughing, giggling, holding a whole conversation like this if he wasn't out on a date with me. So I gave her my order. So when she was trying to ask him for his order, he's so wrapped up in his conversation that he kind of like ignored her. So I text him like, hey, she's talking to you. So he just picked out whatever and just kind of like was kind of shrugged her off. And one thing about me, I cannot stand rude people. I don't like when people are rude to waiters and waitresses and people that's like serving us, because my thing is, one, I don't want nobody spitting in my food because of you. And then two, I kind of did customer service type of jobs, not exactly waitressing or anything like that, but I worked in the customer service field for a very long time. So when it comes to me as a customer, I don't never want to be known as a rude customer because I couldn't stand people like that when I worked in that field. So I like, outside of the fact that, you know, he was speaking on the phone and not barely paying me no attention, I just got annoyed because that was rude to me. So my drink came out, I'm sitting there drinking my drink. The appetizer came out, I ate my food. He's still on the phone this entire time. Didn't even touch his food because he was too busy on the phone. So at this point, different people that was at the restaurant, I peeped them staring. And it was just like super embarrassing, you guys. Like when I say I was embarrassed, like I was super embarrassed. I was pissed. I'm just looking like, what the hell? A part of me wanted to leave, but then the greedy girl in me, I didn't leave. Because I'm like, I'm eating my food, like whatever. We going to act like we by ourselves. So our entrees ended up coming out. Once again, he wasn't touching his food because he was talking. I'm going in on my food. Like, I act like he wasn't even there. I'm like, at this point, it's not a date. It's just me sitting here with a person that's on the phone. Like, whatever. I'm like I don't even know him. Ate my food. So the bill came out. Of course, he paid for the bill because he was taking me out. So, at this point, one, he was late coming get me. Two, he was on the phone the entire time. And three, he was rude to the waitress. So that was just like automatically in my head. I'm like, I will never go out with this man again. I don't care how nice he is. I would never go out with him again because he was just really, really rude. Like, I've been on my share of bad dates, but by far I've never dealt with anything like that specifically. So, hold on. Pause. Time to sip some of this drink. Back to the story. So, when the pavement, remind you, I told you guys I drove there. So I was driving back. He gave me the key so I could drive back. So eventually, while we was in the car, you know, mind you, we was at that restaurant for close to 2 hours. I would say he spent an hour on the phone with his uncle. Remind you, once again, we were on a date. You see how like messed up this whole dynamic is, right? Okay. So he eventually, it was like I was halfway home and he eventually got off the phone, right? So he went to go apologize. I ignored him like as if he was not even there. You would have thought I never heard him. I didn't budge. I just kept driving. So he kept talking to me. I was ignoring the hell out of him. He kept trying to apologize. I ignored him. So he was like, listen, I would rather you curse me out than to like just completely ignore me. So we was at a red light at that point. I turned around, looked at him. I gave him that look like, that look that black women give men, like, yeah, I gave him the look. And I cursed him out. I was like, you're so rude. I was like, first of all, you asked me on a date. You had me come all the way. Like, first of all, anybody that knows me knows I used to, when I worked my security job, I worked 7 to 3. I'm not really the person to go out like that on a work day. I normally come home, take a nap, and chill until it's time for me to go back to work. So it was more so for me, the fact that I came out with you on a weekday, and then you turn around and it's like, we're supposed to be on a date, and we're supposed to be bonding and like talking to each other and stuff, and you're not even talking to me. That was just like a major turn off for me. So I told him about myself. I don't remember like word for word verbatim what I said to him, but I know I like really gave it to him. Like really curses me enough. So it was like a couple minutes later, like after I told him about myself, he didn't say nothing, I didn't say nothing. We pulled up to my house. I got out the car, gave him his key, told him to get home safe, and I went in the house. And I'm not, like, he reached out to me after they kind of apologized again. I just kind of was like, oh yeah, whatever. Like, you know, I ignored him because I didn't really have much to say to him after that. It was just like, I was going to straight block him, but I didn't block him. I just didn't really interact with him much after that. I already knew in my head I was never going out with this man again. And like I said, our first date was really good. Had a real good time. So I didn't understand how things went so left on the second date. And when I was explaining all this to my our mutual friend what happened, she was like, you know, you should give him another chance. Like, you've done dealt with people that did way worse than you. You gave him a chance. But it was just like, no. Like, when he already wasn't my type. I wasn't, like, he wasn't ugly, but I wasn't like completely attracted to him, and he just wasn't what I was typically go for. One, he wasn't my type. 2, it was just like the fact that he did it, that was just like super rude. And like I said, altogether I have had 3 bad dates, but by far that was my worst one. I never experienced someone not talking to me my whole date and basically talking to somebody else on the phone. Like, I just thought that was super rude, and I just couldn't do it. I'm like, yeah, no thank you, I don't want no parts. So like I said, we do have a mutual friend, so I've seen him in passing from time to time. We'll speak, say hi, bye. It's not no animosity. It just didn't work out. So yeah, that was my date, my worst date. And yeah, y'all probably looking like, girl, why didn't you leave? So many people ask me, why did you just get up and just go home? And I'm just like, I was thinking to do that, but like I said, I'm greedy, so I wasn't about to leave and not eat my good food. So I just sat there and act like he wasn't there. Like I said, yeah, it was just crazy experience, but whatever. I live to date another day. It is what it is, you know. I know some people that have had even worse dates than that, but yeah. So I'm gonna show y'all the progress with this chicken. I'm done my story, but y'all can see the progress with this chicken. Y'all, when I say alright, what's to be done to me? So my salt, I'm sorry guys, I need you to see my face. You gotta see the beautiful face. So the sauce that I made, I had already made it because I had made my first batch of chicken already for my TikToks and my reels, like I said. But I'm going to show you guys like how I mix everything together. So just give me a sec. So you guys, this is the sauce. I don't know if you can see it too good, but this is the sauce that I pretty much made. Hold on. So you guys, this is the sauce that I made. Pretty much I put on the stove some butter, a little bit of minced garlic, and some parsley flakes. And I let it simmer on the stove, and now I'm about to mix the chicken in this. So give me a second. Okay, you guys, so this is the chicken that I made, and the sauce is in here. So I'm going to mix some of my Parmesan cheese into here. And I gotta put the top on here. Please hold. And now you guys, fix the camera. I'm going to mix this together. together so it can be mixed right. And I'm gonna show you guys the finished product. I like my garlic parm wings real garlicky. I like a lot of garlic. I'm a garlic and a cheese person. Heavy on the garlic, heavy on the cheese. It smells good. Alright, so about to see the finishing touches of this. So this is how it's looking, you guys. But hold on, I'm gonna put it on a plate for y'all so you can see like the raw finishing looks to it. Hold on. So you guys, this is the finishing look. Cooked hard, very garlicky, just like how I like them. I'm about to take a few bites and tell you guys how they taste. Hold it, please. Alright, so about to do the official, hold on, fix this camera. About to do the official taste test. Hold on. Good, you guys, they're so good. Very good, you guys. Between this and this drink right here, between these two, I really outdid myself. But thank you guys for tuning in. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure to hit that notification bell right up there in the corner. And my social media platforms will be posted in the bio, as well as my previous videos. And also guys, one more thing, look at these silk pajamas though, you guys. One thing about me, I love me some silk pajamas, but I got these from Victoria's Secret during a semi-annual, so I put these on because it kind of like, to me, gives off Valentine's Day vibes. It got pink, it got red, a little bit of orange. But yeah, shout out to Victoria's Secret as well. If I can find them, I will add the link in my bio for these as well, so you guys can go and purchase them because they're really cute. They're comfortable, and yeah, I just love silk. Something about silk is like so sexy to me. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. All my social media platforms will be in the bio below. And thank you guys for tuning in. Bye.